than yesterday's we were doing introductions and getting some kind of logistical things out of the way. But our morning sessions are going to be a lot shorter. In the mornings, we're going to go over any questions that you had from the chapters the day before. And then we'll talk about the homework assignments for the day. And the only exception is tomorrow. We're going to be going over chapter 4. So your assignments today are going to be chapter 3 and 4. But this evening, we're going to go over chapter 3, and tomorrow morning, we're going to go over chapter 4. These are two of the bigger chapters. I don't want to say bigger, they're about the same in length, but they're the most important. Today, we go over safety on wildland fires is chapter 3, and then basic wildland fire behavior is chapter 4. So there's a lot of good information in there. So instead of trying to cram it into 1 hour and not giving you guys as much information, I want to make sure we split it up. So tomorrow's might be a little bit longer than today's is. Also, in those 2 chapters, you'll have 2 YouTube videos. In chapter 3, you've got the history of the standard fire orders. So that's a good video to watch. So go ahead and watch that. And then in chapter 4, there is a YouTube video that's holdover fire. So make sure that's a little bit different in Alaska, and they're talking about a fire up in Fairbanks, and we have a lot of holdover fires because of our duff layers and stuff. So that's kind of specific to Alaska. So it's a good idea to watch that one. I had a lot of emails asking about how our system is going to be for homework and quizzes. So just to let everybody know how it works, you will get 2 chapters a day. I think I went over this, but I just want to overemphasize it. We're going to have 2 chapters a day that will be assigned to you, and we would like those to be due by the next morning, so by like 9 o'clock. If you're having a hard time keeping up, just let one of us know. I know that you'll have this weekend to try and catch up if you have maybe fallen behind, but these are very doable chapters. They're not too long for reading material, and the questions are it's all open book, so you should be able to look them up, and they're pretty simple. This evening we'll have a small little PowerPoint, and then we'll go over a couple little games and stuff. So this evening shouldn't take more than, it won't take more than probably an hour, about 45 minutes. But just to let you guys kind of plan for this evening. And then these, like I said, these 2 chapters are real important. So go through and read, highlight some specific things, and then jot down any questions that you guys have for us for this evening. So if there's something you don't understand or something you want us to talk about or bring up, go ahead and jot that down and bring it to this evening's class. Does anybody have any questions about the first 2 chapters or the way that we have the homework style set up, or actually any questions in general?
Sheets that are on chapter 3, are those just for the in-person pack test day?
I'm sorry, I think I missed some of what you said.
Files or skill checks, it looks like they're
so most of those are just kind of the skill checks are kind of what we're going to be doing on some of the field days, and then some of them are things that we'll go over verbally. So some of it we will do, and some of it we will go over when we're on our field day, but those are just stuff to look at, things that you should be able to do. So part of the requirements of the red card class is we do have that field day, and in that field day there's certain things that we have to do and certain things that we need to talk about and show you and explain and stuff like that. So those skill sheets, and you'll see those throughout some of the chapters, are just ones that we're going to be presenting to you on those field days. So that's not something you'd have to do in person. If we were doing an in-person class, we would go through those skill sheets on those days. The nice thing about this program, this Navigate program, it is possible to do it in person, and we're hoping next year that we have both an in-person and online class. But this program's actually, this is only the 2nd season we've used this. So That was a good question. Is there any other questions about anything? Was everybody able to have access to that Jeopardy link if they wanted to practice it later? Did anybody look? Nobody looked. It's okay. That's okay. So those are really good for practicing for the test and for the our on because those are all test questions and quiz questions. So when you guys go to start studying for those for the test, like it's good to pull out some of those Jeopardy things and work on those because you have all the answers to them. All right. So today, just to go over again, what our expectations for our today is to do chapter 3 and 4. Go through those. Make sure you watch those videos that are on the YouTube videos that are on there. And then we will go over chapter 3 this evening and chapter 4 in the morning. All right. Is everybody good, or does anybody have any other questions for me? All right. These are all, you guys probably hadn't have your coffee yet this morning. That's all right. All right, guys. So we will see you at 3. They'll give you a little bit of extra time to work on those chapters. So work on chapter 3 and 4, and we will see you guys at 3 o'clock. You can go ahead and hang out if you have any other questions for me. The teachers will hang out for a little bit.